Hi, my name is Goldman. I'm the director and founder of Goldman and Associates. Our firm has a primary focus on family law issues here in Michigan, and today we're continuing our video series designed to educate and inform the public, so please subscribe to our channel. You know, we talk a lot about the financial consequences of divorcing when there's a lot of assets, when the assets are complex, And people often ask me, what's the biggest challenge in handling a case where there's a lot of assets? Now, I will tell you that in general, lawyers are going to attest to the fact that resolving a case where everybody's broke is a lot harder than resolving a case where there's plenty of money to go around. The challenges that are presented in a very, very low asset case are sometimes greater than those where the assets are complex. I think the main challenge when the assets are complex is not so much about dividing it, but it's the fact that, if you have a certain amount of money, a certain level of assets, and you're living a lifestyle commensurate with that, if you cut that in half, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to have half that lifestyle. Cutting those assets in half may not give you 50% of that lifestyle. You may be lucky to get 20% of that lifestyle on half the money. So I think the big adjustment that people have to understand is that to some degree, when you put all these assets together and you're living as one household, there's a degree to which the sum ultimately is greater than the addition of the parts. In other words, the total exceeds the sum of the parts in that there's only so much extra consumption for an extra person. If you have 5 people in your household, it may not be that much more expensive than having 4 in your household, that kind of thing, because as the household is bigger, as there's more money involved, it becomes less and less consumption, and it eats up a smaller and smaller percentage. It's the same like here in the firm. If we have 20 people working here, the costs are shared by 20. That same amount of costs exists whether we have 20 or 30. So to some degree, as it gets bigger, the actual cost per person goes down. Similarly, in the household, there's a lot of assets. Well, when there's a lot of assets, how many people are in the household? If it's 6 people or 7 people, it almost gets lost in the shuffle. But once you get divorced and you cut those assets in half, and now you have half the money to live on, and you have half the money to live on, it changes everything. Because all of a sudden, you can't afford the same kind of house. You can't afford the same kind of car. You can live within the boundaries of those monies, but you got to cut down your style of living tremendously. Maybe you're not going on vacations as often, or not the same kind of vacation. So I think the biggest adjustment when you deal with a lifestyle change when there's a lot of assets is realizing that, rich is rich, but half rich is not half rich anymore. It may well be a struggle for people who were used to one thing to get by on the half. And that's a big adjustment until they finally realize they now have to live within their means. If you have any questions about that, reach out and we'll be glad to help you out.